Have you ever received some unwanted calls from someone that you don't know?
Of the victims, the fraudsters would ask the victims.
Let's read together. Vigilance. Okay, QR code reader. After working on this task, and then you would group together and share your findings. It comes to my attention is the word online. So they don't actually ask people to give them real money. They use software, online bank account to steal money.
Based on your opinion, I think if someone acts like your friends to ask you your personal...
It's basically a victim being scammed by the criminals, which claiming themselves as the official of the mainlanders or the Hong Kong police.
So please write it as detailed as possible.
So let's take a look. The first one, cubit. If we cut it, we have the cross section, which is in the form of a rectangle. For a triangular prism, if we cut it, we have a uniform cross section, triangle. For the hexagonal prism, if we cut it horizontally, we have a uniform cross section in the shape of a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six-sided, we call it hexagon. So student, today the problem is, what is the total surface area of the different prisms? What will happen if we cut it? What is the area of the prism? So student, we take out a pair of scissors and then cut it. Then we unfold the paper. We have this. After cutting, we unfold the paper. We call it a net. And student, for having a net, you have upper base, lower base. 4 sizes faces here. We call it lateral faces. This is the rectangular block. Let's see. If we have a triangular prism, we cut it, unfold the paper. We have this. The whole paper unfolding, we call it a net. Upper base, lower base. And then these 3 lateral faces. For a biscuit box, hexagonal prism, if we cut it and then unfold the paper, we'll have this shape. The whole paper, we call it a net. Again, student, you should know the upper base and the lower base. And there are 6 rectangles. We call them lateral faces. So how do we find the area of it? Let's take a closer look. How to find the area? So total surface areas of the prism. You see, no matter it is a rectangular box, triangular prism, or hexagonal prism, it consists of lateral faces and upper base, lower base. Upper base, lower base. So we make a definition, or we have the conclusion like total surface area of a prism is equal to total surface area of all the lateral faces plus base area times 2. Upper base, lower base. So we multiplied it by 2 here. So student, pay attention to this green box. It helps us a lot in finding the total surface area.
Alright, so number 71. Alright, so let's sing all together. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. Now, how many beats for that? How many beats for that? Very good. So is this melody mostly by we have do mi so. Do mi so between do mi we have re. Mi so we have between mi so we have fa. So do mi so is that mostly by leap or mostly by step or repetition? Mostly by skipping the notes. This is by leap. By leap. Alright, so please write it down. Number 72. So this one you don't need to write the song on it, it's so simple. Alright, first three notes. So, 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 so. 1, 2, 3, go. So, so. To the beginning until fine, not fine, finish, until finish, alright? Alright, so is this step, leap or repetition? Is that step, leap or repetition?
You may encounter these vocab items in the video, so please pay attention. The first one is bushfire. Bushfire. This is a noun. Bushfire means a fire burning in a wild area of land which is difficult to control and sometimes spreads quickly. So you will see a bushfire in the video. It started somewhere in Australia, and within a short time, it spread all over the country. Next, we have cup. Cup. Pay attention to the B sound. It is a noun as well. Cub is a young animal. You can say it is the baby animal. Then we have rescue. Rescue. This is a verb, which means an action. Rescue means to help someone or something out of a dangerous, harmful, or unpleasant situation. Like whenever there is a fire, the firefighters will try their best to save people. So we can say the firefighters rescue people. The last one is endangered. Endangered. This is an adjective. It means in danger of being harmed, lost, etc. For example, the polar bear is a kind of endangered animal because the icebergs in North Pole are melting. The polar bears can't live there anymore, so they are endangered. So now we are going to watch a short video and see what happened in Australia last year and why so many koala bears got hurt.
In this English classroom, teaching students how to analyze a short film develops not only their literary appreciation skills, but also their creative writing skills.
The objectives of today's lesson is to enrich student understanding on how to analyze the movie and how they can appreciate the short film making. Okay, so we have just watched a very short film. So can you tell me what you have got out of watching this film?
The poor boy that wear broken shoes that he can run. However, that one have better shoes, but he cannot run. We should fans that we can run.
So in your booklet, I'd like you to turn to page 3. Any other abstract noun, theme that you can't put it there?
respect?
It's because the expression of loyalty is too strong in this situation.
First of all, we want to help students develop skills and ability to appreciate and analyze short films. So we teach them how to develop a theme and how they can make good use of the sound and music to enrich the emotions of the movie. Okay, so now I'm going to play you some sound clips, and please listen to the clips, and then you try to use the vocabulary here or some vocabulary on your own to describe the music and also how you feel about the music. Powerful, you probably can say, oh, this is powerful music. What else can you think of?
Strong beat. It's heavy.
How would you tense after listening to that? It's not very relaxed. Most of you will write sad. And one of you wrote lonely. This is a good one, lonely. Rather than just watching, we will teach them the viewing skills. For example, the facial expressions of the characters and how they can work out their socio-economic status and their feelings by looking at the camera angles. So now we come to another very important aspect of being a very good director. As a film director, you must use different types of camera shots to help them achieve the effect that you want. For example, long shot. Normally, this particular shot, we call it long shot. Can you tell some of the features here?
Show the background.
You will find here, oh, I know that by looking at this shot, we can identify there's a park. What about close-up?
Show the facial expressions of the character.
Plus, go home and do your shooting this week using the camera angles, your knowledge on camera angles and camera shots to produce a short film. And then when you come back next week, show me your production. For the filmmaking project, they have to write their own script. They have to come up with the synopsis. So they need to put their thoughts into some vocabulary and expressions. So in this sense, I would say that they are learning how they can communicate effectively.
3, 2, 1, action!
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm looking for some project.
Are you tired?
Yes.
Oh, I have you to massage.
Thanks.
Do you have something you don't understand?
Cut.
Should be slower, I think. We can.
Yes, slower. 1, 2, 3, action!
Okay, boys and girls. Okay, so last week I asked you to upload the movies that you have made. So today we're going to gather here and do the reflection on your neighbor's work. Under the questions here, you just simply reply here and then answer those questions for me. Okay, please, you may start now. They are very creative and they will come up with some ideas which are related to their daily lives. So which short movie have you watched?
I watched Dumb.
Dumb, okay. So why did you choose this short film to watch?
I think this is really meaningful. Kelly is a dumb, but she is very kind.
Okay, Sammy. Okay, which short film have you chosen?
I chosen smartphone.
If there is one thing they can do to improve their short film, what would that be?
I think they need to improve more their speaking skills because they speak very slow.
By making a short film, they would try to use their perspective to convey a message which is related in their lives. It provides room for them to respond to certain things without the use of language. Sometimes they would feel less burdensome. So you have finished typing all your comments and giving some constructive response to your neighbors. Could you all give a big hand to the two groups, who scored the highest vote, okay? So, you have done a very good job, okay, here. I would feel that multimodal text would include something like advertisement, music video, news report, or maybe short films like what we have watched. So there are a wide range of text that we can choose, and it provides us with a flexibility to design the lesson. So multimodal text can actually open a window for English teacher to do more interactive activities with students. So filmmaking will be just one of the ways that we have chosen.